Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we will talk about how to create and set up the depreciation books in Business Central. How we can set up this and what kind of book we can create and how this works. So basically, the depreciation books in Business Central is how you can define, how you can calculate the depreciation, and also you can create like different books. One book that you use for the tax law, and the other to manage the fixed asset, uh, and calculate, for example, the depreciation in a different way, like IFRS, in a different currency, for example. There are a lot of options that you can use. So let's go through and see how we can do this. Please subscribe my channel and add your comments. I am more than happy to answer any question that you may have in relation to the depreciation book or other things related to fixed asset. So let's go and check how we can do this and how we can set up. So let's go Business Central. Here, how you can find this. So you can go to the fixed asset. So let's click here and explore more. In the fixed asset, we have this option, depreciation books. So let's click here and see what we have. So here we have two depreciation books, one with the name company and other with IFRS. What is the difference between these two books? So the first book is the book that I use to manage my fixed asset accorded with the tax law. So in this case here, I take the numbers from the account ledger, and when we run the depreciation or the disposal, this will also update the account ledger numbers. So basically, what we have here is how we can set up this book and what we can consider here. So first, you need to define a code and a description for this book. If you will work with routing, you can define the value here. Also, we can define here how you will work with the disposal calculation, because in Business Central you can calculate this with the net value or with the gross value. So up to you, so you can select here. Also, you can specify here if you want to subtract the discount in the purchase invoice, if you allow corrections on disposal, if you allow change in the depreciation fields, and if you allow that the tax on net disposal ends. If you allow identical document number, if you allow indexation when you run the maintenance in Business Central, if you allow depreciation below 0, and if you allow more than 360 days to calculate the depreciation. Also, here you can check if you use the fixed asset ledger check before posting, that if you use the route in the depreciation, and also if you use the same GL posting date to post the fixed asset. And here you can also specify that you use the year with 365 days, or you will use just the standard to calculate like 360 days as depreciation. So that means that we will use a month with 30 days. Okay, here in the integration tab, you can define what kind of value you integrate in between fixed asset and GL. So in this case here, as this is my official book, I will integrate all the posting here. Also, we have here the option to duplicate this book, but in this case I will not use, but I create another book for us to check this. So let's go to the other book, and this is one of the options that you can use in Business Center. So here I have a different book that I will take the acquisition cost of my fixed asset, and then based on this I can go in this case here calculate the depreciation in a different way, and in this case I will not integrate this value with the GL entry. So that means this is just for me to manage this number and check the value in the IFRS. So as you can see, the setup here is basically the same. The only thing that we will change here is that I don't have any integration with GL entries. So you can see here, and if I am using this as a duplicate book, I need to activate this, that this is part of the duplicate list. And here also, if I am doing this to manage my fixed asset in a different currency, I can also use exchange rate for that. So in this case, I need to activate the exchange rate for fixed asset and define my the full exchange rate. In this case, I will use the same value, so the same value that I will consider as acquisition cost for company book, I will use for IFRS. The only thing here that I will change is the way that I will depreciate this in the company book and in the IFRS book. So here I have two books. One is integrated with the account ledger, and other is just to manage this in the IFRS. So what we can do here is check this and let's see our fixed asset and see what we have now, and how I can duplicate this number in this IFRS book. So let's go here. So I will go to the fixed asset. I just have one fixed asset, but what I want to show here is that you can see that until now I just post this in the company book. So I have here the value, and here you can see this, that as I already set up this, I have two different books, but I just have the acquisition cost for the first. So here is something that we can do. Let's see that for IFRS, I want to change this. I will not calculate the depreciation in 10 years, but in 5. this is something that you can do, but I will use in this case the same value for the acquisition cost from GL entry in order to post this in the IFRS book. So what I will do here, I will go from here in this book and okay, let me open this. Okay, what we need to do, let's go in the view mode. And this is something that you need to consider every time that you create a new depreciation book. You have to go here, related depreciation book, and set up this fixed asset journal. Otherwise you cannot post in this. So you can see here that I already did this setup, so I am able to post. So here is quite simple. In this case here, we can set up the system in a way that every time that I post in my company book, this value is duplicated to the IFRS book, but in this case it's something that I decided later. So as you could see, the value that I have as acquisition cost is now just in the company book. So what I will do now is duplicate or copy this value from company book to IFRS. What I need to do here is just click here, actions, copy depreciation book, and then you can define here, I am copy this from company book to IFRS book. I could inform here date, but I will let empty. And the only thing here is and this is something that you need to consider in this case here. I create this book to run the depreciation in a different time period. So in this case you cannot copy the depreciation, so you just have to copy the acquisition cost and not activate any other value here. But this is depend of how you do this, right, and what you need. In this case, this is for my case, right? So in this case, the only thing that I need to do is click OK, and the system will copy this. And just for explanation, for you to understand, every time that I do this, in this case, my book, there is no integration with GL figure. So what this means, that I will not use this fixed asset journal, GL, fixed asset GL journal. And in this case, I will just use this fixed asset journal. So if I click here, my acquisition cost should be here. Okay, so you can see here what is the fixed asset posting date, what is the fixed asset, and what is the acquisition cost for this asset. And the only thing that I need to do here is post, right? And in this case, this will not post anything in the GL number. So let's do this. Okay, was posted. We can go to the fixed asset and check this. So let's go and see. Now, if I look in every book, I should have the value of 10,000. Okay, so here my two books, and here I can see that my book value in both depreciation books is the same. Okay, this is how you can create, and you can add different depreciation books in Business Central. And what you need to consider here is how you want to manage this in Business Central. So please subscribe my channel and add your comments, and see you next video.